kickoff for the Hawkeyes. Did not get a chance, so he will come out now. Stanford is to use multiple tight ends. In practice, they use them all week long here in preparation. Hogan to the middle, and it's complete. McCaffrey! Will he score on the first play from scrimmage? Yes! A lightning bolt.
And we talked about this in our open, Brent. Stanford would try and use Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield versus linebackers and versus safeties one-on-one against that base defense that Iowa likes to play with. Iowa does not substitute a lot of extra DBs on the field, and right there you see why Christian McCaffrey, the most versatile player in the country.
Conrad Ukropina, he adds the extra point. And folks, he's a story today, adding that extra point. He's the only player who grew up in the city of Pasadena.
Going back and taking a look at this touchdown, it's very, very simple. They've got Christian McCaffrey right here. Lomax at safety is the guy that has to cover a man-to-man. This is simply an option route where he breaks inside. There are not very many running backs that can run the entire route tree. Christian McCaffrey's dad, of course, the great Ed McCaffrey, who played at Stanford, went on to have a phenomenal year with the Denver Broncos. Well, he passed those genes on to his son. This is just too easy, pitch and catch.
Let me interrupt you, Larry. Mom is Lisa, who played soccer at Stanford, and her father is David Syme, who was an Olympic silver medalist. And she just said to me, that's where the speed genes come
that's
from.
Right. And he's got a brother who plays it.
They will kick it short. He runs up to the 10. To the 29-yard line and championship. And we have movement up front. The head linesman will come over to Reggie Smith now.
Ball start. Offense. Number 80. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Very, very critical. There's a lot of key players in this contest.
Kanzeri with the first carry. He does not. That's going to bring up 3rd and long early.
Offside. Defense. Number 34. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Derek Mitchell slips out of the backfield. He has the first reception. He's the 3rd down specialist. This one. On 3rd and 2. Incomplete. Terrific coverage. Andy, high school football players in Colorado. Some of you recruiting, get on the trail. And the handoff is to McCaffrey.
Gains later.
On 2nd and 5, they just keep it on the ground. Power breaks free again, midfield. Before he is
between the tackles and outside.
Again. Left side breaks another tackle. Out of bounds at the 30. Folks, he wears. First down and 10s. And speaking of the play action, Hogan. And it'll be 3rd down and 9. And Hooper. Austin Hooper, one of the best tight ends. And they throw to McCaffrey out wide. Another first down. In the red zone with the Wildcat now. He can take the direct snap, as he'll do here. Threw a pass against USC in the championship game, but he runs it close to the goal line. Hogan keeps it. Touchdown. That is is Kevin Hogan's 6th rushing touchdown of the season. So with all eyes focused on number 5, Hogan keeps it and runs to the end zone for Stanford's 2nd touchdown. There was a whistle before. Nothing, and the Hawkeyes need a lift. Let's see if King can give it to him. Breaks a tackle, battles his way out to the 140 total yards already for McCaffrey, receiving and running. As they slip it to Matt Vandenberg on the outside. That's a good. So he stepped out of bounds without getting the first down. As I said on that first down play, it was a good game. And here is Kanseri. 4 yards here. Stanford rushing 4. They get to him in the release. And under pressure, a tremendous throw. Wow. First down and 10. Now the handoff to LaShawn Daniels. And strong run with a penalty flag.
Holding offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's 20. Derek Mitchell is back in as the running back. Slips out. Beathard couldn't pick him up. So what Beathard does, he picks up. Game a week from Monday. Glendale, Arizona. 2nd down and 13. Throwing underneath to Henry Krieger. This is a money down for the Hawkeyes. 3rd and 6, trailing by 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Beathard going to try to run for it. He got it. With his feet. Keeps the drop. Is playing left guard. So both of the Daniels boys are out there. Here comes LaShawn trying to pick his way. Out to the 30. He was a heck of a football player. Did he go to Iowa? No. He played in the Rose Bowl for Ohio State. Complete. And that will make it 3rd and. With the backfield empty on 3rd and 3. Beathard picked off, intercepted, headed for the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford, a 3-touchdown lead as Quentin Meeks, a freshman, picks it off and dances to the end zone. And right now, it's a mauling by the Stanford Cardinal after the 66-yard pick 6.
When you're throwing the ball on a 3-step drop, there has to be great timing. The throw was late. And if you're going to miss an out-breaking route, you have to miss it outside to the boundary, not inside. Great job there by the nickel corner, Quentin Meeks, jumping all over that. And the freshman goes pick 6.
So last night, it was Alabama's defense doing the job against Michigan State. But here, this afternoon, well, first it was the Stanford offense. But they're saying we could play a little defense too. A pick 6, and it's 21-zip. David Shaw's done a fabulous job. Here we come again with King. Now to play better defense against them, and so here we go. A power I formation. They get out of the 1 back. Daniels will be the running back. Kanseri. Here is that 3rd down and short, Jess.
Yeah, and really
they're going to go again. Now under pressure, and down goes Beathard.
now he needs to go back to thinking about running the ball.
McCaffrey will let this one bounce out of bounds. He's alongside Hogan. The screen to the wide receiver, and that's Bryce Love, a very talented
space, and see if he can hurt this defense.
2nd down and 8. Going to give McCaffrey a lead blocker. And unable to find much daylight.
Trying to confuse the Stanford O-line and see if they can get a free rusher.
It's a very good offensive line. Didn't fool him. Hogan goes deep down that sideline. Alex Robinson. He'll punt it away here for Stanford, their first punt of the afternoon. And it's not a good one. So let's go down below. Far is 5 of 7, but for only 28 yards. They're going to try Wadley as the running back. Now Wadley were the Wildcats. They were dominated in that game. Second down and 9. And the running back slips up on the
movements of Stanford's pass rush.
Was that movement too early, or was number 7 drawn?
Offside. Defense, number 7, came into the neutral zone, causing an offensive reaction. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
9. Good route runner and good hands.
Beathard is tripped up. Could not escape. Kevin
forced to hold on to the football, and that allowed for the 2nd sack by Stanford.
Dylan Kidd, Deerfield Beach, Florida, punts it away. And here's McCaffrey from the 38. Dances free. Got a man to beat. Midfield. 2 downfield. Cuts back. Headed for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Light up the magazine covers next August, folks. What a battle for the Heisman Trophy. Here we've got Christian McCaffrey, and down LSU way, Leonard Fournette. Light them up, boys.
You simply cannot afford to give Christian McCaffrey a crease, or he will absolutely kill you. With the foot speed he has and the vision and the quickness, this is one of those unique athletes and unique football players you just don't see very often. Hard to imagine he's only a true sophomore.
This is special. I talked to someone who lived in his neighborhood back in Colorado who said he went over and watched all the high school games, and he said Christian ran all over the field, scored touchdowns every week for his high school team. He said, I had no idea how good he was going to be until I watched him here against USC in the Pac-12 championship. This is a 63-yard touchdown. Earlier, if you just joined us, he went 75 yards. He's a magic man, folks. King will take a knee and come out at 25. Just tonight.
Young true sophomore just commands the football.
Daniels with the handoff for the Hawkeyes. He breaks free. Now to the 40. Beathard drops it off to his running back Daniels, and he's close to another 1st down. First down. Daniels giving him a bit of a lift with his legs here. Second down and long. No daylight for Daniels. Beathard avoids the rush and drops it off.
I've had 1 white jersey or 2 white jerseys all over.
Deflected. Well, we're going to get to see him again. Number 5 back deep here for the Cardinal. He'll fair catch it. So showing good judgment also. And Christian will come again. As we check in.
Ever in practice and in games.
On 2nd down. Hogan with the completion to Cajuste. You know,
mesomorphic, does not look like a 19-year-old true sophomore.
And the yardage total continues to climb. Here comes McCaffrey. Could be number 3. Hold on, everybody.
Holding. Offense, number 89. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10.
And his father reach up. He saw the penalty, knew what it was. Play action. Hogan steps way up in the pocket, fires, and another penalty.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 14, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
And it came.
Barry Sanders is the running back. He's out now with a little screen, and they overthrow him. There, Jesse, well, you were talking about that depth at running back, and here comes Wright. Terrific short yardage runner, powerful runner. Picked up, it looked like about 9 yards. Brandon Fanaka wears number 94. He's down there. Here comes Jumbo. And by golly, that was good Hawkeye defense that time. Easily stepped over to the left side. I think that Hogan may have seen that that was the place to go when he changed things up. When you talk to the coaches about Kevin Hogan, it's interesting that he talks to the backs and the linemen about the blocking that he wants in a given game. That's how bright Kevin Hogan is. The coaches actually stand in the back and watch him.
Well, on that side, they had 2 extra offensive linemen. They had Nick Davidson at 285 pounds and David Bright at 294 pounds. That's the way Kevin Hogan wanted to go. They got a great lead.
Now Magic is back. The fake. That's a play. He faked a fumble. Gonna go deep. Got a man. Touchdown. A play they practiced all week. Michael Rector on a fake fumble. You freeze the safeties. And Hogan came up firing. How about that?
And that's a play I've never seen actually run in a game, but executed beautifully.
It was executed in practice perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, and it's Kevin Hogan with his ball skills being Houdini in the backfield, forcing Iowa's defense to freeze just for a second. That allowed Michael Rector to get deep.
I want to tell you one thing about that play. Ukopina adds the extra point. Ukopina changes his number when he kicks off. Number 92, and there is King. He's going to come out of the end zone. And he is down. We're going to bring in our ESPN.
Take off, so that play was legal.
Thank you, David, and Happy New Year. Glad to have you with us, lad. And now Kanzeri will get the hand.
I don't think they can believe their eyes.
So Beathard, can he get the first down? No, because of a sharp tackle. And 5. First down, Vandenberg close to midfield. Back. Stretches the play, didn't gain much. Palma again.
Lots of pushing the ball down the field.
Second down and 9, but it makes it third down and manageable with 2. Run formation. Daniels sort of tiptoed to the hole, though, and Stu covered it.
Man-to-man across the board, Brent. Someone's got to win in a row.
Beathard in deep trouble. Had to throw to Kanzeri, and it looks like he stepped out just short, if that's going to be the mark. The head linesman's going to put it down, and they'll measure it. Pressure was coming from, I want to tell you, their linebacker right now, Callum Baye. Peter.
A measurement that Iowa needs to go their way.
And they got it.
Wow.
By an inch.
Excellent individual efforts by both Beathard,
Hole in the middle. And Wadley.
Much quicker version of his dad.
Second down and 4 now. They've got another first down. They started to move the ball here a little bit with Wadley. Whistle before the snap.
Ball start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Down and 15. Wadley, and he's upended by
Deal.
CJ in trouble as he's going at him. Complete, but well short of the first. It is no respect again for the Clemson Tigers. 4th down and 7 now. Flag flying.
Ball start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Facing a 4th and 12. Lost his helmet as it was grabbed. Let's see, I don't see a penalty flag down there at all.
What else you want to watch?
Now we're going to get a look at Bryce Love, although Hogan saw something and he kept it himself.
And get other guys the ball in this offense.
McCaffrey slips that first tackle and picks up a first down. I have to tell you, folks, I don't.
Backer, Fisher, nope.
Unbelievable. On a 1st and 10. And Love in the same set, and here comes Love motioning out. They fake to McCaffrey. Going deep to the end zone. Incomplete. Michael Rector. 3rd down and 5 now, and here's Hogan. Down that sideline, there's pushing and shoving. The receiver went out of bounds on it. So the final 30 seconds ticking away. For I have to remember, but only if you're a Stanford fan. Fair catch at the 12-yard line. Nothing with good time, and it is dropped. Stanford playing coverage. Now a defender comes free on Beathard, who's got to beware as he throws incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Up their execution in all 3 facets.
Here comes King. To the 25 as we go down below to right the ship. Daniels. 1st down, quick slant, and dropped again.
Kirk Ferentz just hasn't been there from his team.
Beathard trying to find an open receiver. Dash to throw to the safety valve. Krieger Kobel. He moving to different positions. They set up differently on a late signal from the. Look at that. They get a man wide open for the sack.
Not the brand of football we're used to seeing from the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Christian McCaffrey is back to return the punt. He lets it bounce, and it's going to be down right about the 35-yard line.
From today.
And Iowa's getting another dose of it. What is so interesting to me, Jess, I haven't seen
Dorn at running back.
Play action to him, fire the slant, and that's complete. And that was all up in Northern California. And they come back with the star. Here's the Magic Man, dancing free. He's got King, who wrestles and throws him down with him. On 1st down, throwing to the end zone, and incomplete. What a great block that time by right tackle Casey.
And his ball skills are crazy good.
Here is Wright. Powerful running back across the 15-yard line. Start to pull away from the other fellas. Deflected. Big defensive play. The family with about 100 tickets, he told me, down on the field before the game. From the right hash, nails it. Conrad Ukropina, there's a penalty flag, I should point out. So we'll see. I just want to give you the Ukropina story because, Jeff, it's a wonderful story, okay? He was a quarterback and a Here comes King again. He's been a busy return man. Out to the 26-yard line. Well, Jess, the stage is
dual threat quarterback, which has been critical for the teams that have beaten the Crimson Tide in recent years.
Daniels gets the first carry, but of course he good. Cam Zuri, the running back for the Hawkeyes. He's eaten up. Such an impressive performance by the came up to Stanford, and he brought Lance with him. And now Lance has become the defensive coordinator. What a job he's doing here today. 3rd down and 7. They come free again on him. And it'll be dropped. Standing back on the Stanford 28-yard line. Waving everybody away, puts his hands down, look. Looks like he wants to come, but he was bluffing. Here comes McCaffrey. working on that total yardage record.
5 touchdowns already. Iowa wouldn't have those return yards.
Mom and Dad, one of his brothers watching play action to him now and dropped off underneath to Hooper. That's Hooper's second catch of the game.
12 games. He's been the most efficient quarterback in college football. He's having another efficient night here tonight.
False start. This will make it a little more difficult. Playing his final game as a Cardinal is Kevin Hogan.
False start. Offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Pressure on Hogan.
Toss play, and here comes McCaffrey looking for daylight. Stepped out right at the marker. Where they get nothing. Oh, bad snap. First big mistake. Iowa football to 25.
And that is just the break that Iowa needed. They just need something to go their way, something to light a fire under their team and under their sideline to get their heads right. Whether it's a turnover or a play on special teams, and it wasn't anything they did well. This was a mistake by Stanford. It's a high snap, and one that Alex Robinson just couldn't handle. He does the smart thing. Instead of trying to scoop it up, turn around, and kick it, I think he had Josie Jewell, number 43, was right behind him.
So now it is 1st down and 10. Daniels is the Hawkeye running back. Off play action. Can't find an open receiver. Sacked at the 35. And 2nd and 18. Goes to the middle to his tight end, Krieger. Coble gets some. Show blitz. Coming up the middle. Beathard. And that'll bring up.
This is coming. Some are going to drop out. They might all come.
So on 4th down, Beathard has to backpedal. Fires. 1st down. So Daniels back in as the running back. Left side. Battles, but only for a yard before. Tackle move, but also the rush man was coming at him.
Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Beathard got protection that time, and it's through the hands of Krieger. And 15 for the Hawkeyes. Beathard won't get free. Protection. Looks good. 39-yarder. Iowa will not be shut out. After the Iowa field goal, Stanford will get the ball back. And here comes McCaffrey. Out to the 28-yard line.
Pretty quickly, no doubt next year he'll be an early season frontline.
Here it comes. Breaks that first tackle again, approaches the 1st down. Told is aware. Over 18 yards a touch. And you know what interests me, Jess? Honestly, he
area quickness, and he's got it.
Hogan keeps it, and it's a walk-away 1st down across the Stanford, and then in the National Football League. Played alongside John Elway, another Stanford guy, and 2 Super Bowl winners. And they bring Bryce Love, the freshman, around, and he gets thrown.
That draft, and I think number 5 is going to be one of those guys.
Drops it off at a screen pass to McCaffrey. And running him down. I haven't mentioned Josie Jewell's name very often. There's a penalty flag.
Holding. Offense, number 51. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
The Outland. The youngsters who have come, and believe me, when you go to Stanford, you are a student athlete. Here comes Hogan firing, and that should have been interesting.
So we haven't talked a lot about in this game.
3rd down and 22. Stanford forced a punt out of that side, and Stanford punts it away here. They go out of bounds. Penalty flags on the play.
I wonder whether or not there was a guy in motion for Stanford. No.
Illegal motion.
You got it,
Kicking
Jess.
team, number 6. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. Correction. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 4th down.
We're down there with me. That's a gorgeous surface.
It's a putting green.
It is just amazing. There was another flag, so we will check this down below. They take such pride in having just perfect conditions for this game.
Offense. All 11 players were not set before the snap. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
There's no quit in the Hawkeyes.
It's fielded at the 30 by King. King with daylight. Breaks. Oh, he's tripped up at the 35.
There for Stanford to make that stop. Otherwise, that's 6.
C.J. Beathard hands it off to his running back, Wadley. I have to tell you, C.J. Beathard has an uncle. All they could ask for in that game. 2nd down and 9. Beathard's in trouble. Down he goes. Kirk Ferentz. 13-19 to go. Firing downfield. Caught. Touchdown, Iowa. Matt Vandenberg.
The first and only explosive play in the passing game for Iowa tonight comes in the 4th quarter. C.J. Beathard pre-snap found the matchup he wanted. His leading receiver, Matt Vandenberg, in the slot, working against safety Cody Whitfield. Great route, excellent throw. And Kirk Ferentz's Iowa Hawkeyes, true to form, they continue to battle. They just don't quit.
Oh, he hit the upright and it ricocheted to the right. No good. Kane misses the extra. On the ground, they want to keep it away from him. And it will be the up back right. Now the other record that McCaffrey's closing in. Receiver. Hogan, though, looks and fires the other way. Ball is out to the...
Last 13 games in a row now, Stanford scored over 30 points. It's the longest streak in the FBS. More speed at the skill positions than David Shaw's ever had at Stanford.
Here's McCaffrey. That's the total yardage record right there. 1 record down.
There's in this Iowa D that haven't been able to even touch number 5.
There's the throw. There's the 2nd record, right? Or was that a lateral? That'll be rule of running. It went backwards.
Coaches and quality control assistants, they keep you abreast of the situation.
Not much doing that time. That hole was really jammed up on the Athletics. 3rd down and 8 now. He's looking for McCaffrey. And that was Tracy referred to against USC in the Pac-12 championship game. This time he's just going to run it. And again, that first tackler had so much difficulty on the sideline. And the handoff is to Barry Sanders. Barry's such a nice yards shy of that other record. And there's the draw right, and right busts for a 1st and goal. What he
will.
The Wildcat, and there's a penalty flag.
Ball start. Offense, number 20. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
That's Bryce boos them at halftime. And the Iowa fans, they certainly took care of that. Hogan keeping it is down.
Time. It's going to make somebody miss.
Quarterback Keith. And he's to the 9-yard line. His last
stage is never too big. He can handle the pressure.
McCaffrey was a blocker up in the air, intercepted. Deflected pass, intercepted by the Hawkeyes. They had a foot down in the end zone, and that was Josie Jewell, who is known as the Outlaw. Find out if you're Josie, you're the Outlaw.
Miles Taylor at safety number 19 is the one that really makes this play, though. He's matched up against a much bigger Hooper at tight end. Desmond King comes in late, knocks it up in the air before Josie Jewell can clean it up, and this is something that
he wants. He was such a good performer, loyal when he was here. And the handoff by Beathard goes to Wadley. And I must say,
he's rolling his neck around.
Foul, grasping the helmet opening. Defense number 50. That's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Because they didn't play Ohio State, they didn't play Michigan State, Michigan, or Penn State, but I think still proved a lot in that Big Ten title game.
All right, after this tackle, Jesse, here's next year's for you.
Yeah, you know, it's going to set up, I think, Iowa can repeat as Big Ten West champs next season.
Mitchell flares out. They hit number 32. First down, Hawkeyes.
Against Pitt really early. This guy's shown tremendous toughness.
Dropping it off to the running back again. Here's Mitchell. This will be third down and short with the clock running down. Third down, handoff. Wadley. Beathard. Far side, wide open is Wadley. Touchdown, Iowa. Guess who's winning the second half? The Hawkeyes. That's a 31-yard touchdown play, Jess.
They keep battling, and there was a total coverage bust on the short side of the field for Stanford. I don't know if it was their corner, Lee Murphy, number 23, but there were multiple Stanford defenders running with a wide receiver. Nobody stayed out wide to cover the back out of the backfield.
Hawkeyes with 15, make it 16 second half points to 3 in sport, and really it's been my pleasure to join those legendary voices. There's the onside kick. Cardinals recover it at midfield. The good hands team out there.
1902.
I wasn't there. Now, come on, come on. I knew you were setting me up for that. Now. And there's McCaffrey, and there's the other. To tell the sideline that the young man was just a couple of receiving yards away as Hogan goes deep for the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford. Michael Rector. The deep threat strikes again. That's a 42-yard touchdown for Hogan. Oh, they get him early. Oh, he did not see that coming. That's, oh, David Shaw with the Gatorade. They ganged up on him on that one.
Yeah, they sure did. You hear some boos from the Iowa fans. Obviously, have 38-16, taking a shot deep on a double move, but there's Rector. He beats Jordan Lomax, the safety, outside. I don't know if he got in, Brent. I mean, the football to me looked like it might have been out of bounds. It's where the football is in relationship to the plane.
I thought the football was,
it's in his left hand. His right foot's in it. He's kind of cradling it with the left. It's hard to tell if he went over the pylon or not. Now, he touched the pylon, which extends the goal line in that case, which is why it's a touchdown. That was close.
Let me tell you, for anybody who gets upset when somebody scores a touchdown, play football.
Hey, I agree.
I am so beyond that.
I played for Steve Spurrier.
That's right.
If you don't want us to score,
stop us. The extra point. Yes. 61 points now on the board in this Rose Bowl. Just inside in 2 minutes, and here comes King. You know, the one thing, great stop on that. Just like
mom, his brothers.
Wadley. Oh, Kathy Hunt, Scott Epstein, Seth Miller, Mary Schott, Michael Allen, Mike Gate. They have done such a great job with us all year long. Jacqueline Jameson up here.
Lucky to have been here calling this game with you here today.
It was great having you, Jesse. You've done such a terrific job here for the last couple of years, and you were with the 49ers for this job out here on the West Coast. Here's Beathard firing, incomplete.
And to your point, Brent, think about what your dream of playing in the National Football League. Remarkable what he's done.
Will this be the last play of this Rose Bowl for Iowa? Mitchell's gonna hope not. They keep the football.
And I think that's a testament to Kirk Ferentz and this coaching staff and the leaders on Iowa's team.
Complete to Smith.
Lost some offensive linemen. You lost 6 starters on defense. You got a brutal schedule next year.
There's one person not going to be doubted.
Christian McCaffrey. That's right.
The Bethel family, and so CJ came to Iowa City. 16 seconds remaining. Fumble. Stanford pounces on it. A period on a tremendous overall performance. Stanford wins the Rose Bowl. Christian McCaffrey breaks 2 records. Greatest formation in football. Kirk Ferentz will go across the field now. Seek out David Shaw.
You guys do a whole good job. Congratulations. Straight here, Coach. Straight here.
They bring out the platform and present the trophy, of course. Named our offensive and defensive MVPs of this game. I don't think there's any question about who the offensive player of the game is going to be. That will be number 5. And number 5 is with Maria Taylor. Let's go to Maria.
Well, Christian, quite an explosive night. You break 2 Rose Bowl records. How aware were you of your production all throughout the game?
Not at all, really. You know, when you're playing, the game goes by so fast, and you really just focus on the next play. And so I think that's why our team is successful, is because, you know, we don't worry about what's happening in the now. We worry about the next play and what we can do to help the team be successful.
Well, it seems as though you guys came out very fast. You had 2 long runs and touchdowns. What was the focus of this team coming into the Rose Bowl game?
Just be us. You know, there's a lot of talk on, you know, a lot of other teams and all that stuff, but we just knew that we can be extremely good when we focus on what we're doing and executing our offensive plays. And so for us, it was just come in and execute.
You found yourself in New York. You were the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. What kind of motivation did you have coming into this matchup after having such a great journey to New York?
I mean, the motivation always stays there. You know, I mean, all the great players always play with a chip on our shoulder, and you know, that's why you see successful teams do what they do, is because they don't worry about any individual accolades, because, you know, we know that all those are a part of a team, and that's a team win.
And how would you describe the journey of this season? You open up the year with a loss to Northwestern, but make your way back to the Rose Bowl game. What have you guys been talking about in the locker room to make it to this moment?
You know, we just never gave up. You know, when everybody else had their chips against us, you know, we bought into each other, and we bought into, you know, what Stanford football means, and that's never giving up, and that's being extremely, you know,
better than Barry.
Getting, you know, very detailed on offense and not giving up. But, you know, we had a choice. We could have folded after that first game or come together, and you know, I couldn't ask for better teammates and better people to enjoy this win with, because, you know, it was us against the wall when we were playing.
All right, you hear people saying Heisman behind me. Will that be on your mind at all when you take the field in our season?
No, you know, you can't focus on all that stuff at all. You got to really just focus on you and becoming the best player you could be.
Right, thanks for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What a grounded young man he is, Jesse. And in that interview, you know, he's been around his father, Ed, through the years. He's seen how professional athletes handle themselves. Longest of his career was the first play from scrimmage for Stanford here today. He broke the single season school rush record, and he became the first person in history with 100 rush yards and 100 receiving yards, and another Rose Bowl record, 368 all-purpose yards after he had broken the FBS.
Yeah, to your point, Brent, one of the great single seasons we've ever seen in college football, and an historic finish, an historic performance here, and an historic game for Christian McCaffrey. Unbelievable to watch.
So that wraps us up here in Pasadena. But remember, we're going to send you to the All-State Sugar Bowl. Oklahoma State and Ole Miss. And a reminder that a week from Monday, of course, it'll be the national championship. Clemson and Alabama. Now, let's throw it to Bob Wischerson and Brock Heward at the Sugar Bowl.